and on the Y is resourcing viability, right? So this table comes from the slides on LO3 slide 1. And let me show it to you, yeah? Let me move this up. There you go. And that comes from here. There you go. It comes from here. Oops, sorry. It comes from this one. I know. This one? No. This one. There you go. So it comes from this slide. Yeah? Oops. Here. And these are the numbers that you're asking. So you have to think how much business value is generated. If it's a lot, then you put 50. If it's some, then 20 or 30. If it's nothing, then 0. Customer value, the same. How aligned it is with your business strategy, with your digital strategy, brand values. Do you have the people to do it? 0 to 20. And, does it cost you too much money to do that? How much does it cost to set up the project itself? How much money does it cost to keep it going? And are there any risks, strong risks, right? So all those will add up to 100 on the y-axis and also 100 on the x-axis. That's how you get the numbers. You have to appreciate that. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay.
And in my slide, should I need to explain digital technology, like how other companies use it?
That is P4. Yes.
Yeah.
For P4, you will tell me that, for instance, in my case, I'll give you an example. In my case, right, I have decided to have these strategies, right? So maybe I want to tell how other companies are using augmented reality in a way that is similar to what my company does. Or other companies in my industry, how are they using augmented reality? Now, I want to use QR code as well. So maybe I want to show how other companies are using the QR codes. Or if you're using another industry and your solution, for instance, your strategy is blockchain, then you will show how your industry is using blockchain, right? Those would be the technologies. And in the same way, you can show, well, this is the objective of the company when they were using, blockchain. This is what they obtained. Maybe some sort of competitive, it gave them some sort of competitive advantage. Yeah. So that is P4.
No, I mean in P4, P4 you need to separate slide on each.
Yes, of course. You need the specific slides for P4.
Okay.
So maybe 2, 3, 4 slides, depending on what is that you want to explain. If you want to explain other companies using technologies and what they got, then probably you're going to use 1 slide for each example, and you will have 2, 3 slides. If you want to talk about your company using technologies, then you need 2 slides for your company and 2 slides for other companies. So 4 in total. That's up to you how you do it. But you need to show which technology and what is the result that they obtain, right? The sort of competitive advantage result that is related. Technologies, they have to be related to the solution that you are applying, not general technologies. Other questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So you have said that for each slide we have to put a criteria in there, right? Like P4, P5,
Yeah.
P6. So in a D2, they say that I have to come back to the steeple analysis and justify the implementation of this app.
Yeah. So what I would do is simply, so I have to do two things. One is justifying the strategic plan, and two, justifying the app, right?
Yeah.
So basically what I do is, again, I go back to this one and I say, well, after my strategic plan, right, after doing all the process of my strategic plan, I ended up with these strategies. E-commerce platform, B2C via marketplace, augmented reality, and online only limited editions. So I go back thinking about these strategies. I go back here and I try to explain those strategies. So the ending of my strategic plan, I will explain it based on the external environment. In my case, for instance, I would say, well, because people have an increased life online, then on my app, right, I want to have emojis. Emojis help you to express yourself on different social networks. There is a 75% of people that are using social networks. So people are constantly on social networks and more having a life online. So therefore, my strategy makes sense. Now, my app makes sense. Then my other strategy, I want to sell through a marketplace. Well, there is a large number of people using online to buy stuff, right? There is a strong competition. So I think that using these marketplaces help me to reach other people that are already buying stuff online. So that justifies my app, right? The same way for justifying the other strategies.
So what criteria you put in this slide?
What I just explained you, make a link between your stippled and the app, the stippled and the strategies that you ended up on on your strategic plan.
Okay.
Other questions?
Teacher, in the tutorial 2, I have a question in tutorial 2. The slide solution, can you explain again?
Wait, let me go to the tutorial 2. Which one are you talking about? Solution.
No.
This?
Solution. It's just. Can you explain it again?
So you have to tell me, what does the app do? For instance, you can say, in my case, right, my app, I will show you my app. Where is my app? My app is this one, yeah? So in my app, I have an app where people can discover information about their products. They can buy new products. They can download emojis. They can take fun selfies, and they can play a game. This is all that my app does. So when I describe that, what does my app do? They do these different things. Now, I can see that is one, right? So the second thing that I can talk about is user profiles. So what kind of users I'm gonna have? So if I look at this here, well, first I'm gonna have people who wants to buy stuff, maybe the parents, for the playing the games, maybe I want the kids to play the games. So user profile will be a kid that is on a certain age, right? So that is what you have to say. Then you may also talk about other users, the manager, how they are going to see on their screen the results of the Canditopia, if they have to access, right? Or the employees. So that is what the users mean, right? Who will be the ones who will use? In my case, because this app is only for the customers, maybe I don't need users as managers. But maybe if you're doing an app for your for B2B, right? Then the managers need to have contact with the other people, so their screen will be different from the customers. So you can talk about different user profiles, and basically on that solution, you tell me what does your app do, right? That's all.
Yes, thank you.
So going forward a little bit with my example, right? So on the screenshots, you just have to show this, right? This is one screenshot, and I explain these are the things that you can do with your app. For instance, when you want to download emojis, you simply click on emoji, right? You can download it here, one new every week, and you can share it with your friends. If you want to take pictures, the same. You go to the selfies, you have the possibility to take pictures, to use hand gestures to take the pictures, to edit, and share also your pictures with your friends. That's it. That's all I need to tell about the different screenshots. And this one, for instance, I can say, well, if you want to buy products, then you can get more details about it and put it directly on your card and then pay for it later. If you want to share what you're buying, you can also do that. That's it. You don't need to make it too complicated. Yeah? Other questions? Tawang and Chi would be good if you follow the examples, then you know what you have to do. Other questions? No questions. Okay. So if there are no questions at this moment, I suggest that you start working on your slides again, right? And I'm sure that while you work on it, you will have problems, so you will have questions. I am here, so if you have a question, just call me and I will help you. Yeah? Go ahead. So when you ask me questions, please don't ask me to check your slides because we have passed that time already. Yeah. So you should ask questions. Now, if you're smart, many of the other students that have asked me questions, they have basically asked me what the contents or what their answer was, but in a question form. And that way they were able to check pretty much all the contents of their report. So you may want to do a similar approach, but I cannot read all your slides because simply there is not enough time to do that for all of you. Okay? So all the questions are always welcome.